Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Wink Sunset. In other words, Wink is shutting down. If you don't know what Wink is, it is an online gaming platform. And I'm not going to go to the website right now. It's a casino website. I'm not going to go to the website because if these casino sites don't register properly with Google, then Google will flag my YouTube channel and I'll get a strike. So I don't want that to happen. And I don't ever know who's properly registered with Google and who's not, because many of them are trying to run decentralized operation. So they don't really care about Google. Other people want to follow the regulatory guidelines, and it is what it is. So I'm not going to bring it up on my channel. If those of you that are subscribed to our free video course on how to earn $1,000 per day, I host those videos somewhere else, and we do talk about some gaming platforms. But I love these gaming dApps. I've done pretty well with them, and I have, more importantly, watched other people earn some great long-term rewards with these dApps. Wink in particular, I know probably 2 or 3 people that make anywhere between $500 to $2,500, as much as $3,000 in a month on these Wink dApps. People that mined way back in the early days, they mined the token on the website, and they ended up keeping their tokens, and they didn't try to dump them, and they just kept earning long term. This project was early on. I mean, it was called TronBet first. They gave away like a Tesla, and then it was called Wink. Later on, they changed their name. They made a multi-token ecosystem. It ran mainly on Tron. It did really well for a long time. A lot of people got hurt because the price of the token dumped. What happened is, in the beginning, they would launch this project. It had an internal token. That token allowed you to earn dividends off of what happened inside the casino, but you could not sell the token. There was no open market for it. Then suddenly, a couple weeks in, they put the token up on a decentralized exchange. Everybody would dump their tokens, which is normally what happens when people can't sell tokens and they can suddenly sell them. Most people dump their tokens, and then all of a sudden it wasn't profitable to mine the token anymore, and a lot of people just kind of quit messing with it, myself included. I'd made a lot of money with this. I think it's this project. One of them I made a lot of money with. It was either 888 or Wink. I can't remember which. Because they would pay out 100% of their dividend pool every single day, which meant early on, some days you would get in 24 hours, you would more than ROI. In fact, sometimes you could go 2 or 3 days, and you would, every dollar you could shove in mining tokens, you would get that plus some back at the end of the day until there was enough token dilution. Then the earnings were still really good early on, but you weren't ROIing every single day. I mean, it was nuts early on. But then when the token got dumped on the decentralized market and everybody started selling the tokens, then it seemed like it wasn't worth it to mine the tokens. Most people thought everybody would quit playing, but they didn't. This project has went on for a lot of years. I think what hurt the project ultimately was what Justin Sun did with the Tron network. But I mean, it was still paying out 17 to 30% APRs. And most people in DeFi, all the people that were new to like yield farming, they have no idea that there's an investment out there that was paying 17 to 30+% APR. And that's in recent history. A year and a half, 2 years ago, it was paying 50%, 80% APRs. So it was doing really good until Justin Sun had to go jack up the Tron network. But they've just announced they're going to be shutting down. I'll start to read part of this, and then I'm going to share with you. I think this actually creates a significant opportunity with some other players in the space. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's just go through this article here for just a minute, at least the first part of it. Dear Winksters, it's been a very good many years with the community, and we are grateful to all who have helped us grow over the years, especially our supporters from the TronBet days. That was way back when. Through the efforts of investors, players, and especially Winfluencers, Wink.org has achieved multiple milestones in a short period of time. However, as of today, we would like to announce that an executive decision has been made to strengthen the native Win token by phasing out Wink.org subtokens, including Dice, Live, and Rake, and to cease the platform's operations. Now, let me just tell you, I have no idea what they're going to do to actually increase the Win token. I mean, they go in here, there's the next paragraph, and talk about it, but I'm personally very skeptical of what they can do, because they're clearly going to try to shift the use case for the Win token. It's going to be something totally different than a dividend earning token. So let's take a look at what they're going to try to do. In the process, we will also focus on reallocating resources to expand the usage of Win by joining forces with other GameFi projects in the Tron ecosystem, such as Win FT Hero, Win FT Horse, Win FT Football, Ape NFT, other Tron dApps, and future projects. We regret to inform the community that Wink.org will cease its operations September 2022. September 5th, 2022. While we are saddened to announce this decision, We hope to still work together with the community on current and future projects that will continue to utilize WIN tokens, which remain a key token in the Tron GameFi ecosystem. The WIN Link Oracle team will continue to operate and support the token to reach greater heights. Again, you're talking about totally changing the business model, changing the use case, changing the project. I personally, this isn't, as far as WIN is concerned, I'm glad I don't own any right now, and I would hate if I did own it because I don't like this at all. Do take note that all wallets holding DICE and Live tokens at the time of this announcement have been listed as eligible for a token swap. Wallets created after the announcement date will not be eligible for the swap. In other words, you can't go create a new wallet and start buying DICE and Live tokens. DICE and Live token holders will be able to swap their tokens for a combination of WIN, USDD, and Ape NFT at the proportion of 30, 20, and 50% respectively. The specific rates are as follows. One DICE will get this, one Live will get this. Please begin to unfreeze your tokens on wink.org starting today and proceed to withdraw all tokens from the Live ecosystem, yada, yada, yada. This is good news. Wink was a big player, so this is going to be good news for some of the other players. But let me just say this. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't know if the developers, Justin Sun, whoever just lost interest. I don't know if there was potentially regulatory pressure somewhere. A lot of times the biggest player will have some regulatory pressure that smaller players don't, just because they're the biggest or they're the first or they were the earliest. I don't know. I don't know if somebody's gotten bored. A lot of times entrepreneurs at about the 3 to 5 year mark, they start changing things up. They start getting bored. I don't know if that's what's going on here. I'm not really sure. I don't know if someone has sold this project to somebody else. It's really hard to say. I'm not really concerned so much about it. I think it's interesting. I want to share this real quick. One of my personal friends in the crypto space, I know that he's been a big investor in Wink, and he owned a lot of DICE tokens. And literally, I mean, he's someone who would be like, several months ago, I'd be like, hey, how much are you earning on those DICE tokens? It's like $1,500, $2,000, $900. It was crazy. And he's one of the early Tronbet days, and just mined tokens and then continue to stack tokens over the years. Been in profit for probably a couple years. I mean, he was probably in profit the first 90 days, 4 months of the project, and he just never, ever sold. So when a lot of us got stuck holding bags because the price of our tokens dropped, he had already pulled out some dividends, and he was just buying more. And good for him. The problem is no one has a crystal ball. None of us realized how long this project was going to go. Just like none of us probably knew this announcement was going to come out today. And thankfully, you know, most of us didn't buy WIN tokens last week or this week or last month, because that would stink. But I want to show you what they were earning. Monthly report. So the WIN APR as of last month. Now, my friend who was earning consistently, I asked him how were the past couple of months of dividends doing over there, and he said, well, they had dipped a good little bit. But the APR for the WIN token was still 17.9% APR. The APR for DICE and Live was 33% and 15%. He had mostly DICE tokens. Now think about this. 33% APR on a project that was very, very mature. And this gentleman had compounded and compounded and compounded over the years up until a couple years ago. And then he just started taking withdrawals every single month. It was a significant passive supplemental income for him. And he basically said he was going to switch over to some of the other gaming projects. Now, if you're wondering, like, what else is out there? What other gaming projects is out there? I think this is going to be good for two major players in the gaming space. Now, those of you that are subscribed to our free video course on how to earn $1,000 per day, I'm talking about using gaming tokens, mining gaming tokens in that course. So if you go down in the description and subscribe right here to our free video course, Earn Passive Income with Crypto Game Insights, it's going to take you to this page. Put in your name, email, phone number. Now there's two websites right now. This entire course focuses on one. It's the one that's the highest earner, and it's also the newest. So you can go ahead and check out that video course if you want. But everyone that's subscribed to this video course, tomorrow I'm sending out a video specifically just for the course subscribers. And this video is going to show you another token that I'm not mining. It's also a gaming token, but we're able to actually buy it on one particular exchange. And that token has an APR of about 50 to 70%, where the token in this video course, this one has closer to 80 to 120% APR, but it's a newer project. The one I'm going to show you tomorrow is a much more mature project, been around for a couple of years, and I'm going to show you how I'm buying the token, and I'm going to talk to you about my plans for that project. It's a lot more stable. The earnings aren't as high. But like I said, I think this project is going to be around for a really, really long time. So if you want to get all the details about these two projects, go down description, subscribe to for this free video course. Again, this free video course is talking about primarily one project, but I'm going to introduce the second project in a video tomorrow morning, so you don't want to miss it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an announcement about Wink shutting down. For many of us, this is kind of a sad day just because many of us got started in the decentralized application space with TronBet, with Wink, with 888, with Tron Vegas, and all those old projects on the Tron ecosystem. So even though I'm sad about Wink shutting down, I haven't been invested in Wink for a really long time, and I'm excited because there are some Wink whales that are going to want to take their action somewhere else. And by the way, if you don't know this, in a bear market, gaming platforms do extremely well historically. They pay out incredible divs. They're incredibly consistent. And they're paying out dividends on profits from a real business. They're paying out in Apex assets. You're talking about getting dividends in Bitcoin, getting dividends in Tron, getting dividends in Ethereum, getting dividends in BNB, getting dividends in USDT. You're not getting some sort of obscure gaming token. You're getting dividends in Apex assets. I think there's nothing like it in the bear market. All right, ladies and gentlemen, decentralized crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.